What are your thoughts on modafinil, Tim?
My thoughts on modafinil, it's very strong. I don't use modafinil much. I had one or two experiences where I had some very severe migraines after using it.
Okay.
And I am not as cavalier with drug use as people might think, even though I mentioned that I've used these things, but I take a very methodical approach and I do a lot of homework. I would sooner do an extended cycle of low-dose anabolic steroids than I would use modafinil consistently.
Which leads me to my next question.
But to touch on the modafinil just one more time, I do believe that with most drugs there is an effect-side effect correlation. So if you're getting a very strong positive effect, there are side effects whether you're able to identify them or not. And this is something that is routinely and repeatedly forgotten somehow by the medical establishment, where they'll have something like Lipitor for cholesterol control or statins come out, and some doctor will proclaim there are so few side effects, at some point they'll probably put this in the water. I actually read that. And I'm like, I don't buy it. If it's having a strong physiological effect, there are going to be side effects. And lo and behold, there are all these issues related to it. And I have to believe, much like that, much like MDMA also, which was thought to have no side effects for quite a while until people realized that it turns your serotonin receptors into these wilted flowers. I believe that modafinil probably has very pronounced side effects, and because of its strength, I use it very intermittently. When I was writing the 4-Hour Body, I used it once or twice to pull all-nighters to get over writer's block, and that was it.
What is it for people that don't know?
So modafinil is it's commonly known as Provigil, and it has historically been prescribed as an anti-narcolepsy drug. They are developing variants on it and also lobbying to prescribe it for fatigue at this point. And it's been used extensively by military. They use modafinil as well as Ambien quite a lot when they're deployed, as well as Olympic sprinters. Olympic sprinters use modafinil, which was there are a lot of Olympic sprinters who have been diagnosed as narcoleptics,
really?
Which is just a bullshit self-defense for when they get caught using modafinil, which is it's on the banned list.
It just helps them fire those synapses, or just focus, or who knows?
It helps them run faster.
So.
Yeah, there are plenty.
Man, I took one before a jiu-jitsu tournament once, and it was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty
unbelievably powerful drug.
Yeah,
really?
It's really strong.
And did you feel any side effects from it?
Yeah, I got a massive migraine as well. Massive migraine.
Yeah. So the brain is an extremely sensitive instrument, and the body operates with many sophisticated feedback mechanisms. It's extremely hard to get a free lunch.
Do you believe that about any drug?
I feel like it's extremely hard to get a free lunch with biochemical enhancement.
I guess the only way
it doesn't stop me from playing around with it, but I recognize there's a penalty you pay. There's a cost you pay, and you have to be prepared to pay that that debt. Otherwise, you really shouldn't experiment, and you need to do your homework.